Hello, Mr. Rutherford. I am doing my podcast. Requirements in podcast. The name of the chapter and vocabulary comes from 10 key vocabulary words from the chapter. At least for the vocabulary, you must include the term, the definition, and an example of the term used in algebra. Your name must be part of the file name when you save on the file given to Mr. Rutherford. I will send via email. Okay. 9.1. Monomial. A number of variable or the product of a number and one or more variables with whole number exponents. A monomial would be an example of something like that. Degree of the monomial is what 2 is. Degree of a monomial, the sum of the exponents of the variables in a monomial. Polynomial, a monomial or a sum of monomials. So a monomial is, say, x squared plus 2x. That would be a polynomial. I'm just going to do binomial and trinomial because it's important. Binomial, a polynomial with 2 terms. So this would be a binomial. Trinomial, a polynomial with 3 terms. So x squared plus 2x plus 2x squared. That is an example of a trinomial. Moving on. At least I think that is. Okay. And just in case, I'm going to go through these. Expression. Is that a polynomial? Yes. Classified by degree and number of terms. Degree is a monomial. That if it has a negative exponent, it is not a polynomial. That's good to know. 9.1. Over. 9.2. There was no vocabulary for 9.2. So far I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've done 5. So this one we're not going to do because it's not vocabulary. But just in case, I'm going through it. It's basically you telling you how to multiply polynomials. It's reiterating vocabulary. This one doesn't have vocabulary. 9.4. Roots. The solutions of an equation in which one side is 0 and the other side is a product of polynomial factors. So roots, pretty sure, square root. Oh. So it would be like 2x plus x squared equals 0. That's a root. Vertical motion model. A model that describes the height of a projectile. Vertical motion model. The height in h is feet of a projectile can be modeled by h equals negative 16t squared plus bt plus s. T is time, v is the initial vertical velocity, and s is the initial height. Confusing, I know. And that would be an example of a model. A fountain sprays water into the air with an initial vertical velocity of 20 feet per second. After how many seconds does it land on the ground? Write a model for the water's height above the ground. I'm pretty sure I went through the vocabulary of that. Vertical motion model that describes the height of a projectile. Vocabulary. 9.7. Perfect square trinomial. A trinomial of the form a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Well, I guess that's the example right there, but I guess that would mean this right here, or the answer. But yeah, I'm just not going to count that one. I'll do these last two, I think. Factor by grouping. Factoring a polynomial with 4 terms by factoring a common monomial from a pair of terms, then looking for a common binomial term. So, factor by grouping is this. This is factor by grouping. You're taking y third plus 7y squared and dividing it from, like, not division, but taking it away, 2y plus 14. Then you take out a y squared from y third and y squared, and you get y squared y plus 7, plus you're also taking out, you're dividing by 2 in this. You can take out 2, so 2y plus 7. Y plus 7 times y squared plus 2. That would be your solution for that. And now, factor completely. Factoring a polynomial until it is written as a product of factorable polynomials with integers coefficients. So, if I'm going to factor completely, I have example 4. The term we're going to do be 3r cubed minus 21r squared plus 30r. Okay? 3r cubed minus 21r squared plus 30r equals 3r open parentheses r squared minus 7r plus 10 close parentheses. Then you would end up taking an r out of everything. So 3r, r minus 2, and then you're taking a, I don't know, on this one, r minus 5, and I think that's it. Go over multi-step problems. A crate of the shape of a rectangular prism has a volume of 180 cubic feet. The crate has a width of w feet, the length of 9 minus w feet, and a height of w plus 4 feet. The length is more than half the width. Find the crate's length, width, and height. Volume equals length times width times height, 180, 9 minus w, w plus 4. 0 equals negative w cubed plus 5w squared plus 36w minus 180. Minus w squared, w minus 5 plus 36, open parentheses, w minus 5, close parentheses. Then that goes down to open parentheses, w minus 5, close parentheses, open parentheses, minus w squared plus 36, minus 1, w minus 5, w squared minus 36, minus 1, open parentheses, w minus 5, close parentheses, open parentheses, w minus 6, close parentheses, open parentheses, w plus 6, close parentheses. W minus 5 equals 0, or w minus 6 equals 0, or w plus 6 equals 0. So you would have to get the zeros out. So you would subtract 6, add 6, add 6, add 5, add 5. Then you get w equals 5, w equals 6, and w equals negative 6. Step 2, choose a solution that has correct value for w. Disregard negative 6 because the width cannot be negative. You know that the length is more than half the width. Test the solutions 5 and 6 and the length expression. Length equals 9 minus 5 equals 4, or length equals 9 minus 6 equals 3. The solution 5 gives the length of 4 feet, which is more than half the width. Find the height. Height equals w plus 4, which equals 5 plus 4 equals 9. The width is 5 feet, the length is 4 feet, and the height is 9 feet. And I think that concludes what we're doing.
Is that it?